Hello, Mike. Good evening. Turn this music down a bit. I'm not usually live on a Thursday. Usually doing other shit. But we're live tonight. I've got GT this weekend. I promised that I would share the stream in Discord room, so give me 2 seconds to do that. Hello Leo. Hello Izzy. It's pretty unscripted tonight. We're gonna be... That's the wrong Discord room, just to share that. Yeah, it's pretty unscripted tonight. Because if I win the GT this weekend, then I'll have to rename myself Smurfs Commander, right? Blood Smurfs Commander. When are you ever scripted? How very dare you, Mike? How very dare you? I am scripted. I mean, I'm not scripted, but at least I have talking points, right? Maybe not tonight. Obviously I'm playing Stormlance. I've played it 5 times now. Won 100% of my games. I've beaten Death Guard, beaten Ultramarines, sorry, Death Guard, Blood Angels, World Eaters, Thousand Suns, and Genestealer Cults. Yeah, I've beaten them all. The damn Ultramarines. It's too... so I'm playing Tau first. This is a good place to start, right? So we'll be live for a couple hours. We're going to jump over all the lists. I'm not going to go too deep in any of the lists, because let's be honest, I don't know all the other armies as deep as I need to, probably. So if we're going to win this GT, we're going to need some luck. I had some luck last time I won the GT. So, you know, the Emperor protects. Pray to the gods of the dice. We don't use toilet dice, but we'll pray to the dice gods. We'll need some critical saves. We'll need a little bit of luck. We need the same luck we had last night, where we kill 9 out of 10 models on Overwatch with a Storm Raven. That's the sort of luck I'm looking for. It's a sad day when BA Commander doesn't run Blood Angels. I think I've been playing Blood Angels every single week for like 8 years, Gitly. Because I saw a photo on my phone the other day from 2017 and it was Blood Angels. So I think at the end of the edition, because I've done quite a lot this edition, right? Like every single tournament I've been to this edition has been Blood Angels. Every tournament I went to 9th edition was Blood Angels. Every tournament I went to 8th edition was Blood Angels, you know, so it's like, it's a change. It's my first time. And I like playing Gilliman, I must admit. So yeah, this is Loch and Load GT2. I was at Loch and Load GT1. And I was playing Liberator Assault Group in Loch and Load GT1. So it's a slightly bigger event this time. And do you know what I really liked about this GT? Was sometimes you go to GT and like the roofs in the building are like really small. And then it's so fucking noisy. And you can't hear anyone speak. And the hall is just generally really noisy. It's just a thing that happens at certain GTs. I guess acoustics. I don't hear very well because I'm old. So I liked this event so much because the roofs were really high, so it never got really noisy in the hall. And it's maybe a really stupid thing to say, but I enjoyed it even more so just because I didn't have to ask my opponent, like, please tell me that again, because I sound like an idiot because I can't hear you properly. And that is a problem at Warhammer 40,000. You go into a hall with like 50 people, some idiot in the corner shouting, "Wah!" every 5 minutes, right? So yeah, so let's take a look at the list. I'm going to start by looking at the Tau list that I'm playing first. I mean, the way that came across basically made me think that all Tau players are idiots. Sorry, all Orc players are idiots for shouting "Wah!" I mean, they're not all idiots, just some of them, like Brett. Don't worry, he won't watch the stream. Alright, so Kion Tau, that's the one that gets stronger towards the end of the game. I can't remember exactly how they get stronger. I think they either get sustained hits or lethal hits or a combination of both. But I'm pretty sure it's Mont Ka that are good at the start of the game. So a Fireblade, and Shadow Sun, right? And sort of know what those are. 2 Breacher teams, sort of know what those are as well. Devilfish, ×2, so the Breachers are probably inside the Devilfish. Ghost Keel Battlesuits, Carnivores, Pathfinders, Piranhas, Riptide Battlesuits, Riptide battlesuits, Skyrate gunships, Skyrate gunship, Skyrate gunship, stealth battlesuits, Vespid stinglings. Okay, this is an interesting tile list actually. Like I expected, I don't want to say anything that gets me in too hot water, but I probably expected more crisis suits, or I possibly expected like, what's the big thing called? The Riptide? No, not the Riptide. The Storm Surge, excuse me. It's a sexy tile list. Evening, Steve. How you doing? So tell me, what do I need to look out for? I know battlesuits. I know Riptide battlesuits. I've played against gunships before, but not for a while. Chat, help me out though. I know the stealth suits are like for deploying. They're probably going to try and mark stuff. That's what you do with the stealth suits, right? Gunships, burst cannons, seeker missiles. That doesn't sound too scary. 140 points. 3 up save, 14 wounds. Burst cannons, I guess they're good at killing Marines. Seeker missiles, oh, they're not too bad. Twin linked strength 14, alright. Gunships are no joke. Reroll hits against fly. Oh, very nice. Well, I gotta be very sneaky with these then, huh? He expected more. I just usually when I play Tau, I expect, like at the last GT, because I played Tau at the GT here in the summer, I played that like 700 point model. What the hell was that thing called? It was like, yeah, the Supremacy armor. That's what I had to play in the January GT, right? And that thing was a joke because it just literally nuked 2 things off the board every single turn. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, strength 26, AP 5. Remember when they said this? Oh, and just in case you wanted to kill the guy on 2 tables away, they gave it 120 inches of range. Like, what is the point in any corner to corner in Warhammer 40,000 these days is probably not much over 72 inches. Yeah. But okay, yeah, this was a fun thing to play against. 16 damage, devastating wounds. Yeah, I like that. I'm glad you're not taking that, Alan. Alright, so a few gunships that look actually pretty nasty. I know about the battle suits, I know about the stealth suits, breachers, devil tides. Okay, I don't really know what you're doing with the list, but at least I know what's in the list. Stingwings. Now I remember that from our last meeting. Those sneaky stingwings trying to make charges at me. Okay. The flying suits do not have an invuln save. Sorry, the flying gunships do not have an invuln save, correct. It'll be a case of can I nuke those before you nuke me. Evening, 2 scoops. Hello Boris, good evening. Loud wagging was banned at the event I went to last week. That's sad. I don't actually mind loud wagging, I just don't like it when you're playing in a hall that is generally super loud, right? Like, I think having high ceilings helps a lot with that. So, cool. All right, so we've got a just. I might need to look at this Tau again. Apparently, Alan beat Colin's Death Guard with this, which is surprising because I suppose the bloat drones have fly, but Colin's only really running 3 bloat drones. Why did Colin lose to this, Alan? I would have thought this would have been a tough matchup for you just because of the durability of the Death Guard. Okay, let's see what else we got in this GT then. We'll just start at the top. There is a Death Guard list. Oh cool, I know a little bit about Death Guard. And we got Space Marines as well. So Death Guard, we've got 2 biologists, putrefiers, 2 Lords of Contagion. Lords of Contagion are the guys... Vulcan, thank you so much for subscribing. Lords of Contagion is a skill issue? Yeah, maybe. Because I'm the better player. Alright, well... I was going to say, Colin also is unbelievably sloppy. If he thinks he's won, he's way too sloppy. Lords of Contagion are the stupid guys that make the Death Shroud Terminators bonkersly strong. I think they give Death Shroud Terminators both no, not lethals, they already have lethals. They give them Sustained and Lance, because Death Shroud Terminators need more buffs, right? Oh, and the Lord of Contagion has like a 4-up Feel No Pain while he's leading Death Shrouds. You can't even, you can't really precision him with any reliability. Okay, when's the tournament? Yeah, Saturday. I need to double check what time I said I'm picking up Miles in the morning and set an alarm, actually. A couple of Malignant Plaguecasters, a couple of Talymans, Typhus in there as well. This seems like a lot of characters. I'm expecting a couple of big squads of Plague Marines, yeah, because he's got the Biologist, so you're going to expect a couple of Rhinos as well. Only small squads of Death Shroud, but then 3 of those stupidly broken Bloat Launchers. I honestly do not understand how these things are still 100 points and they have not been nerfed. And then 30 Poxwalkers. It's a strong Death Guard list, but possibly not the strongest I've seen. But it is using that Champions of Contagion detachment, which is the... That's not the one that's got like the 60% win rate at the moment, is it? Stat check. 10th edition. Death Guard. Champions of Contagion, come on, load it up. Oh yeah, it's got 60% win rate. Cool. Okay. We love seeing some 60% armies. Thanks, Games Workshop. Like, what even is this? Okay. So that'll be tough. I feel like maybe not having Mortarion is actually interesting, because it really comes down to the Plague Marines. The Plague Marines do so much damage. Does Miles live far away? Like 10 minutes? Maybe like 15 minutes away. Okay. I mean, if I've played Death Guard, I know what... The Plague Marines do an absolute boatload of damage when they're shooting. They do an absolute boatload of damage in melee. They've got Fight First. The Death Shroud are just bonkers, led by the Lords of Contagion. I'm not actually sure who the Lord of Vigilance and Typhus are leading in this list. Oh, Typhus I think could lead Poxies. Yeah, so I don't know what Lord of Vigilance is leading, but that's fine, I guess. The joke went over my head. Sorry, I'm half reading the list, half paying attention. Alright, cool. Duncan, look at this. I met Duncan at last GT, so it's always nice to see people, you know, like you go to the same GTs, you're starting to meet people. That's nice. So Duncan is running Ultramarines. Last time he ran a boatload of armor. He did really well in the event last time. He's got Gilliman and a Lieutenant, and I think it's going to be a boatload of armor. 3 Ballistus Dreadnoughts, 2 Gladiator Lancers, Redemptor, an Executioner, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen 3 Executioners. So 3 Executioners, 2 Lancers, 3 Ballistuses, and like 1 Redemptor. So like 1 melee Dreadnought out of all that shit. Oh, his list is called Who Says Infantry Win Battles. Big Bobby G and chums say otherwise. So it's Ironstorm. Okay. I was going to say, I'm surprised this would be anything else than Ironstorm. I'm actually kind of surprised he's got no Tech Marine, because I feel like a Tech Marine could have done something in this list. Unless the enhancements are not needed for Ironstorm anymore. I thought they were quite good. I thought you could give vehicles lethals. I don't know how... I probably don't do well against this list, actually. It's just like a lot of armor to deal with. A lot of wounds, a lot of high toughness, a lot of OC. And I guess Bobby G can wander around, killing stuff. All right, and Duncan did really well at the last event. That'll be a tough matchup for me. I mean, I think that would have probably been a tough matchup for my Blood Angels as well, because it's just an awful lot of firepower. All right, next 2 Necrons. Sisters of Battle. Star Shatter Arsenal, everyone's favourite detachment. The Command Barge, a Scorpic Lord, another one, a Technomancer, and the Silent King. I haven't fought against the Silent King in a while, but he is very difficult to deal with. I don't think he got any nerfs. I just think maybe Star Shatter Arsenal isn't as high up top of the meta as it was before, right? So you've got to kill the Menhirs, and then you've got to work through the Silent King. And he picks multiple abilities, right? Auras. I can't remember, I think there's some shenanigans as well where he can revive one of his Menhirs. Is that a thing still? I don't get that many games practice against Necrons. We've got no one in Elgin that plays Necrons, I think. Oh, I've got one friend, but he doesn't come on the channel very often. Reanimators, Wraiths, Doomsday Arcs ×2. Doomsday Arcs are very problematic as well. I think they're strength 14, AP 3 and lots of shots. Flayed ones, small squads of destroyers, or single destroyers in this case. Scorpic destroyers with hyperphase weapons. I'm not fully familiar with all the destroyers. So, oh right, some of them are melee. So he's got a couple of melee destroyers as well. Few shooting ones, blade ones. I mean, the Doomsday Arcs are problematic. I think the Silent King is problematic. What's who's played against the Silent King recently? What shenanigans has he got in the Star Shatter Arsenal? What do you have to look out for? I was convinced at one point he could resurrect Menhirs, but maybe I'm wrong. He can resurrect them? Thanks, Alan. Yeah. So unless you can kill both Menhirs and himself in a single turn, it's almost like not worth bothering, right? What lets him resurrect them? Is it a stratagem or something? Or is it... He doesn't get Catan powers, does he? No? I haven't fought him against ages. I had Bobby G against him last edition, and actually Bobby G killed him in one round of combat, but it's just a reanimation. Okay. Yeah. Is this Dean who... Is it... The guy playing Star Shatter, did he win the GT1? I can't quite remember. I never got to play him. I never met him at the event. You know, there's always people you don't meet because there's like 36 people at the event. Alright, so he won the event in January. Interesting. Alright. Sisters. God, I barely play against Sisters in 10th edition. I used to play them in 9th all the time. So we've got the Triumph of St. Catherine and the Canoness. We've got a Sisters of Battle squad, which I believe have like sticky objectives. We've got an Immolator, so they're probably hanging out inside that. We've got 3 Castigators. I haven't seen Castigators much this edition. They can take the battle cannon, or they can take like an auto cannon. I think the battle cannon gets twin linked. I think that's their big thing, right? Battle cannon 10 -1 3 d6 +3, and I think it gets twin linked. No, in your shooting phase after this model select one unit is hit by one or more attacks until the end of the phase. Each time a ranged attack from a target's the enemy. Alright, so you shoot one with a Castigator, and then anything else that shoots it's -1. Okay, so d6 +3, so it's kind of like a Predator style autocannon on the Castigators these days. And he's got 3 of them, so very good at killing elite infantry. I guess unless you're playing against Death Guard, and of course they're fucking Terminators, or 4 wounds of course. So good against killing 3 wound models for sure. It's got 3 heavy bolters on it as well. So 3 of them is like probably equivalent of like 3 Predator Annihilators, right? 3 Exorcists. Exorcists are the indirect tank. It's been ages since I played against Exorcists. They used to get like strength 10, AP 1, flat 3 or something. Indirect. What are they getting now? They're getting 3d6, sorry. 6 minus 1, 1. Or they're getting d6 plus 2, strength 10 minus 3d6. So there's quite a lot of indirect fire, actually, coming out of the Sisters list. That's like 3d6 plus 6. Interestingly, they're not blast, though. They're just 3d6 plus 6. And I suppose they only hit on 4s if they're shooting indirect. It's not worse, though. Like, AP3, it's not too bad. So it's probably AP2 because he's probably shooting indirect. Couple of mortar fires with the melee. Buzzblades. Retributor squad, probably with multi-meltas. Calidus assassin. It's a... I don't actually know the strength. Like, I know all the units, but I don't know if this is a strong Sisters list because they haven't been doing great in 10th edition, right? Bringers of Flame is the detachment. Sisters of Battle. Well, their win rate's higher than I thought it was, honestly. Bringers of Flame, 49% win rate. But apparently last weekend, I was going to say nobody played them. Well, some people, 14 players are playing them. So very, like, if you look at, like, 315 people are playing Knights. 14 people are playing Sisters of Battle. So, yeah, a little bit of a difference there. Wow, 315 players are playing Knights. 423 players are playing Death Guard. So it's like the top 3 factions are making up like over 1,000 players. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So I don't know how strong the Sisters list is, but it seems okay. Some indirect fire, some pressure. I guess the Castigators could shoot stuff and then you indirect fire at AP3. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. Alright, Astra Militarum next. Oh, Vesco Spearing is freaking out. And Orks. Okay, Astra Militarum. I was going to say this is either going to be tanks or a million infantry, isn't it? So it's a command squad, the Ghosts, a Leman Russ commander, the Lord Solar guy on his horse, a Rogue Aldorn commander, and a Tech Priest, unit of Cadian shock troops, 2 Tauroxes, which are like their transport type Rhino vehicles, unit of Rough Riders. I actually have never played against the Rough Riders. The Hunting Lances looked good when they came in, but I looked at them and thought they looked cool and then never really looked at them again. So the Hunting Lances are... they're basically a Melta. But with +1 to wound. That's not too bad. I mean, for 60 points, it's not too bad. I guess they're just toughness 4 with 4 wounds and a 4-up save. So if they get into combat, they can do something. How many Hunting Lances they get? Everybody gets one? No, it's not too bad. If you get them into combat. Karskin, they're probably inside those Tauroxes. Another Leman Russ Executioner. Rogue Aldorn, the Scout Sentinels. I think the point of the Scout Sentinels is to mark things or something. It's been ages since I played against Scout Sentinels. What's their ability? At the start of the shooting phase, select one enemy with an AT invisible to this unit. Reroll ones. Alright, so they're gonna mark something, they're gonna be forward deployed, and they don't have infiltrate, but they do have Scout 9 and they move 10. Okay. And then a unit of Tempest Science. Okay, that actually seems like an okay Imperial Guard list. It doesn't seem too skew. It seems like a nice balance between tank. It's not too much fun playing against entire tanks or entire infantry, is it? So that seems like a nice list. So if the Silent King has a reanimator near him, it's 2 times D3 reanimation. So potentially he just keeps bringing back Menhirs. Yeah, so when you commit to the Silent King, you really need to overcommit on him. All right. Ben's playing Orks War Horde. I'm gonna check which detachment War Horde is. So Orks in your army have sustained 1. Alright, so it's probably going to be 1,000,000 Orks with sustained 1. I don't think it's going to be a shooting detachment. Let's see. A Beast Boss, Snickrot, Gaskell Thraka, and a War Boss, and then 20 boys, or Beast Snagga boys, another 20 Beast Snagga boys, a truck, Breaker boys, which have choppers. Not really familiar with Breaker boys. Flash kits are the ones with the snaz guns, Gretchen, Mega Knobs, regular Knobs with Power Claws, Storm Boys, and Storm Boys. So, I'd say mainly it's a melee list. He's got the 1 unit of flash kits. He's going to throw the trucks forward. Gaskell Thraka is going to be flying forward as well. Yeah, I don't think I've actually played against War Horde. I played against... oh, what are the names of the Orc detachments? Green Tide. And I played against the vehicle one, but I'm not sure I've played War Horde. Seems okay. Ultramarines probably deal with this pretty well, though, right? The +1 to wound probably helped a lot against all those toughness 5 orcs. So I imagine like my bolters will just be much better because of +1 to wound. Could be wrong, but it doesn't seem too bad, the orc list. Not for, I think I can deal with that orc list. Next up, Dark Angels. Wrath of the Rock. I believe this is the detachment that gives lots of Dark Angels -1 damage. So this would be horrible to play with Blood Angels. If the strength characteristic of attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of the unit on infantry and mounted, you are -1 to your wound roll. That's pretty rough. And maybe there is a enhancement or strat to get -1 damage. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just -1 to your wound roll a lot of the time when you're shooting them with high toughness or high strength stuff. Okay, so Dark Angels, Azrael. Be interesting to see what he's attached to, actually. Captain, Terminator Armor, Judasar, and the Combi Weapon Lieutenant. The Deathwing Knights have -1 damage. Yes, so you're -1 to wound them most of the time when you shoot them with anything with high strength, excuse me. And then you're also going to be -1 damage, potentially. So 2 damage weaponry is going to just be really bad against them. Alright. 2 Ballistas. 750 points of Deathwing Knights. They're 250 points for 5. That seems like a lot. One of them will obviously be led with the Chaplain and the Terminator Armor. Let me just look at Deathwing Knights. I don't think I've played Deathwing Knights in 10th edition. I played against them in 9th at a tournament. So 4 wounds a model, toughness 5. Their melee's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's a good number of attacks. It's AP 2/2 damage. You can get sustained, you can get dev wounds, you can get anti-monster, anti-vehicle. Obviously, you've got Teleport Homer, they're inner circle, so they're -1 damage, so that's the thing. So these guys are super durable in this detachment. Permanently -1 damage, and if you hit them with anything that's strength 5 or higher, -1 to wound. And they're led by... One squad's led by the Chaplain. So that's about the only lead that they've got. We've got Inner Circle Companions, we've got Infiltrators for screening, we've got an ATV and Scouts for scoring. We do have a unit of Stern Guard. I actually hadn't seen Azrael attached to Stern Guard, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Stern Guard will benefit from his 4-up invan. Stern Guard will benefit from his Shrug against Mortals, because he's got that. And I think he gives them sustained hits as well, right? I think that's what Azrael does. Yeah, so he's going to give the Stern Guard sustained hits. I mean, what could be better than Stern Guard with sustained hits? Nothing, because they're the best unit that Marines have right now, I feel like. Why do I think he gives them a 4-up invan? Yeah, Models in the unit have a 4-up invuln. Once per battle, you can get 4-up Feeling the Pain. Okay, so their unit, the unit of Stern Guard, is just super durable. I need to buy this unit. As I continue my journey through playing all the chapters, this seems like a very, very strong combo. I'm actually doing Tigerius plus Stern Guard, but this might be better. Because I feel like Tigerius is good on Stern Guard, but I think this is better, right? So that'll be an interesting. So they've got durability coming out from the Deathwing Knights. They've got range coming out from the Ballistuses. They've got some screening. They've got some scoring. The Judasar will be attached to what? Sorry. Oh, the Inner Circle Companions. Can they be led by Judasar? I actually had no idea. I don't know what else you can attach to. Or yeah, okay. Inner Circle Companions can be led by Judasar. Alright, so they got fight first. So you're -1 to hit them when a character is leading the unit. Each time a character makes an attack, you're adding 1 to the hit roll as well. They're alright. 3 wounds a guy though. And then the same thing goes where if you're going to hit them with anything higher than toughness 4, you're going to be -1 to wound. 2 Scoops says BAC is Blark Angel's commander. I think it's just it's something Astartes commander now. Bonkers Astartes commander. Aeldari. Okay, so Aeldari next. I played Aeldari at the GT that was last at and got humped by them. I got humped by Fugan and his fire dragons. God, that unit is horrible. So this isn't that. I think that was Yunari. This is actually Aeldari. So we've got Death Jester, we have Ulthran, we have Solitaire, we have a Troop Master, another one, 3 of them actually. 3, 4 units, 5 units of troops. So lots of battle line, lots of Star Weavers, Falcons. He does have the Fire Dragons. The Fire Dragons are really, really strong with the new Eldar Codex just because of the extra movement shenanigans they can do. And then 2 Sky Weavers. I had a really horrible, like, Fire Dragons are just super efficient now because of all the Eldar. If you're not read the Eldar Codex, it's like they get reactive moves and all this sort of nonsense that they can use from the battle focus, right? The agile maneuvers. So you can add 2 inches to the model's move characteristic. It usually means the Fire Dragons are just moving so fast. You can also make it so they can't be overwatched. You can also get reactive move as well, right? I can't remember which that one is. It Fade Black. Yeah, so 1 eligible unit after it was hit by 1 or more attacks. So you shoot them with 1 unit and you kill 1 guy, and then they're like, okay, we'll just move d6+1 away from you or behind line of sight or something. Fugan does, Fugan does give them extra range. I'm actually surprised not to see Fugan. I don't know if you can take him in this attachment, but I think he's just bonkers good. But Fire Dragons are very good in this. They're hard to lock down and they can just get in melt range. And then because they've got those tokens on the unit, they can auto get 6s as well. Which is handy, right? Like if you can just make dice 6s, it's usually pretty strong. Alright, 2 more lists. Thousand Suns World Eaters. See, if this World Eaters list is 3 Forge Fiends and 3 Hellbrutes, I'm gonna cry. Because I played that at the last tournament and it's fucking stupid, man. I probably sound like a bitter old man here. Alright, I just played Thousand Suns last night. So we've got an Infernal Master, a Sorcerer in Terminate Armor, and a Zangor Shaman. So no Magnus. The Rubric Marines, I played them last night. They're so good. Like, re-rolling wounds of 1 all the time. Re-rolling wounds fully if you're on objectives. Combine the fact that they have like 9 Flamers in every squad, or 8 Flamers, whatever. One of these squads has actually got bolt guns. I feel like if I was running Rubric Marines, I would just be running all the Warp Flamers. Can I actually... I'm just going to look quickly. The only difference... Last edition, their bolt guns were just like 1 more AP over regular bolters. Is that still the same? Yeah, okay. I think their bolt guns are garbage. I think their Flamers are amazing. Just because they ignore cover. And just because their ability to reroll all the wounds all the time, basically. I don't think Strength 4 bolters with 2 APs all that mean. I would have... You know, maybe I'm not seeing something. I'm not a Thousand Sun player. We've got Rhino. We've got 2 Annihilators. We've got 2 Vortex Beasts. We've got 1 10-man squad of Terminators. So they're going to be led by the Sorcerer in Terminator Armor. I actually have no idea what the Sorcerer in Terminator Armor buffs the Terminators with. Oh, cool. He gives them advance, reroll advance and reroll charges. And he can also improve their unit's AP by 1 in the shooting phase. In the shooting phase, 1 Psyker with this ability can use it if it does select 1 enemy unit within 12. On a roll of 1, that Psyker's unit takes D3 on 2+. Oh, right, it's not. It's just, you're just improving all your AP, not just the shooting. Okay. 25 rubrics is scary. Rhino Annihilator's fine. The Vortex Beasts... I feel like Vortex Beasts are very swingy. They get 1 attack on their big laser. It's bonkers strong, but it's just 1 attack. You know, so it's just as likely to hit and fail to wound as it is to actually... is this out of date? I don't think it's out of... I mean, this is the list for this tournament, right? What do you think is out of date? The Sorcerer in Terminator Armor, you think? Oh, I mean, maybe the Thousand Sun Codex hasn't been updated in the website yet. This is like a free website I use. Okay, Thousand Suns, yeah, I mean, I know what to watch out for. That would be a tough match, though. Usually when I'm playing Thousand Suns, I'm so worried about Magnus, though. But then I guess you're removing Magnus, you're giving them 10 Terminators. 10 Terminators is a lot to deal with as well. Scarab Occult Terminators. What's their ability these days? Oh, each time this unit contains a Psyker, and it's a... While this unit contains 1 or more Psychic model, each time attack targets unit, they're -1 to wound roll. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so pretty durable Terminators, I guess. Melee weapons... Ish. Okay, ish. Ranged weapons... a little bit better than Space Marines, right? Good evening, VT. Hello. The Sorcerer Terminator gives lethals and +1 to hit for the rest of the army. Oh, well, then that is out of date. Appreciate the clarification. Okay, I mean, if he's run by 10, I don't really have a lot of precision on my list. Next up, World Eaters. Okay, so we've got Demon Prince of Khorne. I think the Berserker Glavy is the enhancement that gives him +1 damage, +1 attack. If it's not that, I have no idea. Yeah, okay, so Demon Prince of Khorne with +1 damage, +1 attack. So he gets like... I feel like he gets 10 attacks at AP3 or something. Demon Prince of Khorne. But I could be wrong. Sorry, he gets 9 attacks at AP2 damage 4. That's what it is. Yeah, so his melee is fucking bonkers. Or he gets 16 at... Sorry, or he gets 17, because it's +1. At damage 2. Yeah, he's very good, Demon Prince of Khorne. We've got Slaughterbound, we've got Karn the Betrayer. We've got Unit Berserkers, they're probably with Karn. We've got a Land Raider. I haven't actually played against the World Eater Land Raider, but with rapid fire on all its guns, I think it could be pretty cool. Units of Spawn, we know how good they are. A 3 Forge Fiend Endoplasm gun, we also know how good those are. 2 units of Goremongers. That's the new Scouty guys, a single Hellbrute, a unit of Jackals, and then, oh, the Khorne Lord of Skulls, my favourite, 505 points. So are these for our boys to red to eat? They would be Pedroig, but I am playing Ultramarines and Stormlance detachment to this tournament on Saturday for a change, basically. Which I can't decide if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because I've only played 5 games with Ultramarines, but I have won all 5. But I don't feel like I don't feel my list is a high scoring list. Like I built the list because it seemed stupid and fun, and it kills people, but doesn't score particularly well. But I was on holiday at the start of the month. I haven't had a chance really to practice anything else, so that's what I'm playing. Thanks so much for the 750. It's been a while since we've seen you, Pedroig. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't feel practiced with my Ultramarines list. But do you know what? It's gonna be a nice change. Like I said at the start of the stream, I've been playing Blood Angels every single tournament for 8 years, so this is something different for me. I think after the last event where I was really dispirited, I don't know if that's a word actually. I was really disheartened with Blood Angels after the last event. I needed a change anyway, so I've been playing Ultramarines for the last month or something. Alright, we've looked at Dark Angels, but let's look at another one. We'll also look at Miles' Gene Stealer cults. We'll look at Kenny's broken Space Marine list. I'm sure this is going to be an overpowered list. Kenny's wanting revenge for when I beat him at the GD last summer. And then we'll look at Chaos Demons. Okay, another Dark Angels is Wrath of the Rock again. This time we've got Belial, we've got a Captain and a Chaplain in Terminator armor, we've got Sticky Intercessors, we've still got the Ballistus Dreadnought, we've still got a crap load of Deathwing Knights, but this time some Terminators. This list has gone Hellblasters. That's what you usually see with Azrael, so it's probably Azrael plus Hellblasters. Invader ETB, Repulsors, Scouts, Sternguard. Okay, I'm actually not sure then. If he's got Sternguard and the Scouts, maybe Belial is leading. Can Belial lead Hellblasters or Sternguard? Because whatever he can lead is probably what he's leading, and then Azrael is leading the other one, right? Oh no, Belial leads Deathwing Knights or Terminators, okay. While it's leading a unit, models in that unit make a critical hit. It has precision. Oh, that's cool. Each time a melee attack is allocated to the model after the attacking unit is finished, making its attacks roll 1d6 to a maximum of 6d6 per attack, and for each 4-up, the attacking unit suffers 4 mortal wounds. That's very cool as well. So if you melee Azrael's unit, you're just taking mortal wounds straight back in your face. I only did tournaments for 10th, and so I feel you. Yeah, I feel like I wish that this edition, that Blood Angels had more than like the 2 detachments, right? Like I think that's my biggest thing. You know, like the Orc book comes out and you've got like 7 detachments to choose from, and like Blood Angels really only had 2. Because no one plays the Death Company detachment. And you know, we can actually go on stat check and see. Was anyone crazy enough to play any of the other 2 Blood Angels detachments in recent weeks? No. Some people. One player played Angelic Host. One player. 190 players played Liberator Assault Group. 47 played Angelic Inheritors, 1 player played Angelic Host, 1 player played Ironstorm Blood Angels, 1 player played Firestorm Blood Angels, and 0 players played the Death Company detachment. Well, apparently, according to StatCheck, you would have seen 1 Angelic Host, because that's all that was played, Benno. It only works on attacks that precision Belial, says Carl. Oh, okay, Carl. How are you, by the way, Carl? Are you at the event this weekend? I don't know if I've got your list yet. Alright, so another Dark Angels list like that. Miles' Gene Stealer cults list. What we could do is, rather than me go over this list, you could just watch the battle report where I just smashed it into the ground a few weeks back. No, I'm joking. Probably if we play at the tournament. Me and Miles always go, I beat him, he beats me. So statistically, it's his turn to beat me, of course. So we'll go to the tournament and he'll beat me. But I did play against this Genestealer cult list. It doesn't have a lot of anti-tank, and this, or I would say this event already feels like there's a lot of lists with lots of tanks. He's got a few of the Rock Grinders, he's got a few of the Ridge Runners, he's got Aberrants, he's got Pure Strain Genestealers, he's got Death Leopard, he's got Gargoyles, a couple of Lictors, the Parasites of Mortrex. I'm not super familiar with this, but he really struggled against me, I feel like, because he just didn't have very much. He kills infantry very well. He doesn't deal with like Virkals and Guilliman and stuff like that. It felt like Dreadnoughts. But he is bringing stuff back. He is scoring fairly well because Genestealer cults obviously bring units back alive. It's final day. I can't remember what bonus he gets for final day. Final day. Oh, right, like he gets... It's a confusing list, actually. You're adding hits. So it's like, while enemy units are within 6 inches of, like, Catalyst units, the Genestealer... So it's like, he gets bonuses for his Genestealers being near cultists and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to playing Miles's list. Yeah, it was... I think Miles went 3-2 in the last event, same as me. But I think he's obviously stuck with this list. Like, it's pretty much the same list now for like 4 months. So I think Miles will actually be a tough opponent if you get drawn again. I'd rather dodge him, to be completely honest with you, because he knows exactly what my list does now. You'll get him in round 2 after you beat me. There you go. All right, Kenneth McKenzie. He has Ultramarines and Gladius. We've got Tigris, we've got the Judasaur, we've got Marneus Calgar. So, double Ballistus Dreadnought, 12 Blade Guard, Infiltrators, Scouts, Stern Guard times 10. Hammer Strike, I think, will be there to strip cover, and then triple Vindicator. Okay, so it's, you know, the Hammer Strike is the one that strips cover, right? I never remember this because no one really plays Hammer Strikes or the Storm Strikes all that much. Yeah, so it strips cover. Alright, so you're going to strip the cover. You're going to then use your Vindicator tanks to blow everything up. You've got Oath of Moment. You got Fight First Blade Guard. You've likely got Marneus Calgar also with 6 Blade Guard, so he's just like a death ball unit. Infiltrators, Scouts, and then the Stern Guarder with Tigris. Okay, yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I believe Kenny's been winning tournaments with this list as well, so you can strip cover from 2 units with the strat. Oh, is there a Gladius Task Force? There's a Gladius Task Force stratagem to strip cover as well. I did play Gladius at an event, but it's been ages. Is that the one that gives them AP1 as well in Devastator Doctrine or something? So, strip cover from 2 units, blow them up with Vindicator tanks. I mean, you don't need to strip cover with a Stern Guard, but it helps. Storm of Fire, yeah, okay. I used to use Storm of Fire on those aggressors. Remember that, when you could do, like, teleport the aggressors with the Librarian Dreadnought and then Storm of Fire. That was pretty fun. God, I miss our Librarian Dreadnought, eh? Alright, Chaos Demons. Legion of Excess. I was just reading his detachment name. Okay, we're Keeper of Secrets and Shalaxi Hellblade. God, I hate Shalaxi Hellblade. She's so hard to kill and she does so much damage. Celeste, I believe, comes back to life on a 2-up. She's like some sort of demon thing. I don't... Is she Demon Prince? Yeah, comes back to life on a 2-up. OC2. I think she's good for like 120 points. I had a bad experience against her. She popped back up on an objective and denied me primary points, and then I lost the game. We've got a bunch of demonettes. We've got a bunch of fiends. We've got a bunch... Oh, we don't. We got one health layer, one seeker. So it is basically a Slaanesh list. Okay. I haven't actually played against like pure Slaanesh before like this. That'll be cool. That'll be fun to play against. Legion of Excess. What the hell does that do? This is why I need a bit of luck, right? Like the amount of different armies and the amount of rules you need to remember to win a tournament is absolutely bonkers. So you get units from your army are eligible to declare a charge on a turn that they fell back. Units from your army have the following ability: each time this unit ends a charge move, you can declare it will perform a seductive gambit. If you do, until the end of the turn, that unit does not have the fight first ability, but instead, each time a model and the unit makes attack, you can reroll hits a 1, reroll wounds a 1. If this unit is when your army Shadow of Chaos, you can instead reroll hits and reroll wound. Reroll hits. And you still reroll wounds of 1. It's strange that it specifically calls out reroll wounds of 1. You're already doing that, but yes. Vulcan says it's such a Chad list. Is it your list? Is it? Thanks, Stu. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to need a bit of luck playing a new army, and I was going to say there's nothing so far that I like have no idea what to do against, which is a good time to say it because we're talking about Emperor's Children next. So I have no idea about Emperor's Children. I've never played them. All I know is that I hear horror stories in my Discord. People are like, how do you deal with Emperor's Children? So hopefully I'll play it and get beaten by it, and then I'll know how to deal with it. Alright, we've got Demon Princess Slaanesh, and another one with wings, and another one with wings. We've got a couple of lords, we've got another lord, and then we've got Lucius. This seems like a lot of characters. This is like 1,000 points of characters right there. I mean, Demon Princes are good. A few units of Infractors, a unit of Tormentors, a Rhino, Spawn, Mauler Fiends ×2, Noise Marines ×2. Yeah, I have no idea if this is a good list. Who's been playing against Emperor's Children? I'll leave that list on in case someone in chat can tell us a little bit about Emperor's Children. But yeah, I mean, I don't even... No one in my meta plays Emperor's Children. I have no idea what they do. Oh yeah, I read this. They've got Blast Masters. And they do Battle Shock when they shoot you. So a couple of guys have Blast Masters. They're not too bad. They're expensive though. T5, 3 up. 6-inch move. I'm sure you just have to worry about like the Demon Princes doing a lot of damage. The Noise Marines seem pretty decent. Mauler Fiends are usually pretty good in combat, right? And then a lot of other characters. Yeah, if I play Emperor's Children, it'll be Baptism of Fire. I don't know enough about them. Drukhari. Alright. 2 Archons, a Beastmaster. I do not know this character. Hesperax. So if you're leading a unit that has the fight first ability, you are add 1 strength and add 1 AP, and once per battle start fight phase, you can increase his attacks to 12 and his invulnerable save goes to 3 up. Oh, maybe I've played this guy. Maybe is he the guy that usually leads Incubi? Alright, Kabalite Warriors and Witches, Raider, Venom, Kronos, Incubi, I think he might be the character that leads Incubi, Mandrakes, Ravengers, Scourges, Talos. Talos are... Last time I played them, they were ridiculous to kill, aren't they? They've got 3 up save, toughness 7, they've got a feel no pain? Yeah, 5 up feel no pain, okay. I feel like they do reasonably okay in damage-wise, the Talos. And I think they've got, yeah, it was anti-vehicle, haywire, devastating wounds. Yeah, the Talos are tricky, right? They're hard to drop because of the feel no pain. On the invuln. Sometimes, anyway. I had problems with them with my Blood Angels. They would always pop off my tanks. Anti-vehicle devastating wounds is very strong. Oh, Lilith is the witch leader? Alright, thanks, dude. Oh yeah, she's in the transport with a bunch of witches. She goes to 12 attacks. Because the witches fight first, right? She gets those bonuses. Do witches have fight first this edition? No? But maybe something can give them in the detachment, maybe. Okay, Drukhari, lots of transports, lots of things popping out of transports. Scourges are hard to lock down because of the Dark Lances. Palaces are problematic because of the devastating wounds. Mandrakes do some scoring. That seems like a pretty decent Drukhari list. I play Drukhari every year. At least I know them a little bit. I've probably played them like 5 times in the last couple of years, but not a ton. Alright, we're playing against a list called Grots, anyone? Dread Mob. So this is going to be Orcs with Mech, Zodrog, Gretchen. So 6 squads of Gretchen. Killican, Met Gun, and a Stomper. Oh, I love the Orc lists that just bring the fucking Stomper, don't they? It really comes down to, can you kill the Stomper? 30 wounds, toughness 14. Well, what helps a lot against that is +1 to wound from Ultramarines, right? Good evening, Phil. How you doing? So there's a bit of a bonkers Orc list. I don't know the reason to take 100 Gretchen, rather than to just gump up the board and probably make it hard for you to get to the Stomper. But there must be a reason you take 100 Gretchen, is there? I mean, I guess you get extra command points for having Gretchen, right? Guys, if you're getting any enjoyment at all out of tonight's stream, if you could leave a like on the stream, I would appreciate it. Alright, Aeldari next. Autarch, here's a big bad number 1. Fugan, Janzar, and that new Linksys, which is the leader of the Warp Spiders, right? Yeah, the Warp Spiders. Couple of Wave Serpents. 3 squads of Dark Reapers, 2 squads of Fire Dragons, 3 squads of Howling Banshees, 2 squads of Screeching Scorpions, a Warlock on a jet bike, Warp Spiders. Do you know what? This is a cool Aspect Warrior list. We don't see that very often. Where he's just got like loads of different Aspect Warriors and the different characters to just give them all buffs and a couple of Wave Serpents. I'm not sure how strong this list is. I mean, it's certainly going to have a lot you can do with the battle focus. The Fire Dragons are very strong. Fugan is possibly one of the strongest characters in the game right now. I think he's a steal at 120 points. I would take him in any army. What's he getting again? He gets 18 inches, Malthus 6. 14 minus 4. Assault. Because you can get extra movement. He can do 9-inch move plus an advance, then shoot 18. He does have a sustained hits version as Melta 1 as well. There's also Assault. When he's leading a unit, I think he gives them 6 inches to their Melta weapons as well, so his Melta goes up to 24. When he's destroyed, he comes back on a 2-up. And his melee's pretty great as well, because he's like AP 4, 3 damage. So worst case, you can charge with him. Even a single fail or 2 is going to be quite a lot of damage, right? So this is a cool list. He's called it Power Rangers. So I'm hoping he's used all the different colors. Normally when you see Aeldari's list, you don't see that many different Aspect Warriors and stuff like that. That's cool. Where was I? I think we looked at this Orcs list. Space Wolves. Nids next, and then Chaos Knights, and then more World Eaters. Space Wolves. So we've got a Dreadnought here, Logan Grimnar, Ragnar, a couple of battle leaders. So 3 squads of Bloodclaws, Jump Intercessors, Ballistus Dreadnoughts, Infiltrators, Thunderwolf Cavalry, a bunch of Headhunters, and then obviously the anti-monster, anti-vehicle woven. They are very good for 200 points. I would probably run more of them, honestly. It feels like a well-balanced list. It doesn't have enough. It might... I was going to say, it might struggle into vehicles, actually, this list a little bit. I guess it comes down to Bjorn and how much damage the Wolfen can do. I mean, the Wolfen will almost kill a Land Raider, right? Like 10 guys, 20 attacks. What do they hit on? 3s? So you end up with something like 16 hits, anti-vehicle 3-up. So you probably get like 10 EP 2 saves, flat 3 damage. Yeah, so statistically, they probably do like 15 damage to Land Raider. So it really comes down, like, that's why I would like to have, if I was playing Space Wolves, I would have 2 squads of those. But yeah, I don't know. Seems like an okay list. Alright, Tyranids next. Hive Tyrants, Swarm Lord, Gargoyles, 2 squads of Hormagaunts, Biovores, Horspexes, Lictors, Norn Assimilator. Not really familiar with this unit. The Psychophage? Maybe I'm familiar with that, I just don't... Psychophage 40k? No, I think it's... it's an angry boy, apparently. No, I'm not really familiar with it, honestly. They're great now, says Kenny. Range attack, they've got like a flamer. Melee attack, they've got devastating wounds, anti-psyker. Abilities, each time this model makes a melee attack that targets unit below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If it targets below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll. Starting strength and half strength. In your shooting phase after this model is slot, select one enemy unit hit by 1 or more of the attacks. Each time friendly Tyranid monsters make a melee attack, improve the AP by 1. Alright, that is really good, yeah, sure. So we've got 3 of them. Pyrovores, Ripper Swarms, Tyrant Guard. Okay. I have just not played Nids in ages. Like, Andrew plays Nids, and some people locally played Nids. Like, I only seem to run into them at tournaments. And it feels like every time I play Nids, the list, like, they're very different, right? It used to be... it used to be the little flying things that have got las cannons. I forget what they're called. But, I feel like they're called, like, Neuro something. Yeah, it feels like every time I play Nids, they're just different. So I don't know what you're focusing out on that list. Yeah. If we play it, we just kill what's coming, whatever's closest, maybe. They score amazingly well. X-Grins and the Tyranofixes hit hard. Gene Stealers and Credium as well. This list is big and tanky. Okay. Chaos Knights next. This is Ray's list. Yeah, so I think there is only one Chaos Knights player at this event. So we've got the Knight Lancer, we've got the Despoiler, we've got a Rampager, we've got a Ruinator, we've got a Tyrant, and then we've got Nurglings and Plague Bearers. I think it's pretty bonkers you can get 5 big knights like this now. I was going to say, I feel like this is a stat checklist. I'm trying to think if my list can beat this. Ray is going to lose all 5 games. Is he? I've only played Ray once. I did beat him, but Yeah, I think 5 big knights is scary. Next up, we've got World Eaters, where Angron's back. I actually don't really rate Angron at the moment. Like, I'll say this and then I'll get beat by Angron, but no, I actually don't rate Angron at the moment. I think World Eaters are better without him. Karn the Betrayer and the Slaughterbound, Khorne Berserkers, Chaos Rhino, a couple units of Spawn, 3 units of Small 8-bound, 2 Forge Fiends, of course, and a Mauler Fiend and Jackals. Yeah, I think Angron just doesn't come back. Like, I think at the beginning of 10th edition, Angron would come back every game, and if he came back early enough in the game and you win, and now he just doesn't come back statistically enough. Alright. More Chaos Demons, more Death Guard, more Dark Angels, more Emperor's Children. Wow, we've actually got like lots of Demons, Death Guard, Dark Angels might be the most represented faction. World Eaters got a lot as well. Okay. Do you know what? I pulled up that picture at the start of the stream. Let me bring that up again. 1 second. I made a thumbnail, but I honestly forgot to properly look at the distribution. Where is it? Thanks for sharing this, Kenny, by the way. It's nice to have the distribution. I like doing this. So Dark Angels at 8%, Death Guard at 8%, World Eaters at 8%, Aeldari at 8%. So that's the 4 big ones. Oh, Space Marines 8% as well. Saved the best for last there, actually. You know. Okay. So another Demons list. A Bloodthirster, a Demon Prince of Chaos, and the Skull Taker. Bloodletters, Nurglings, Plague Bearers, Fleshhounds, Carnivores, oh, interesting. So it's Chaos Demons with a side attachment of 3 Carnivores to add some shooting to it. What is the Reaper Chain Talon again? Or Carnivores melee? No, they're really ranged, are they? No, they're melee? Chain Talon? Okay. It's the Slaughter Claw variant. Okay. So it's interesting choice, I guess. Hello, Highland Phoenix. I was able to slag the Dawn of War game. Honor of the Chapter Sprue, so I finally have some Blade Guard. I have 6 and I have access to a Chaplain and Judisaur. Should I run them as 2 sets of 3 or are they only good as 6? I like Blade Guard unled in 3s. I think if you're going to lead them, you should probably lead them as 6s. I kind of feel paying a character for a 3-man squad. I mean, sometimes it's fine, but it's probably not optimal. Alright, so basically Khorne Demons here. Lots of Bloodletters, a couple of Bloodthirsters, but we do have some Nurglings just to be nuisance, and we do have some Plague Bearers, Fleshhounds, Carnivores. That's an interesting list. Lots of high... like the Bloodthirsters and the Carnivores give you a lot of like D6 melee damage, right? Some good shouts out on other channels of a late BOC. Yeah, I saw Happy Crumping's video this morning as well, Highland Phoenix, yeah. Alright, next up is the Stank Commander. So if you're looking for a new YouTube channel to watch, you can watch David on his Stank Commander channel. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, D6 plus 2 in the Slaughter crew. So we've got Double Lord of Contagion, of course, attached to Death Shroud, no doubt. The Lord of Vigilance and Typhus. 3 of the perfectly balanced bloat drones. A couple of Hell Brutes. What the hell is the Power Scourge? I don't... usually when I play Death Guard, I don't see... I feel like I don't see Hell Brutes normally. What is a Power Scourge? It's a melee weapon. Weird profile. There's like an anti-marine melee weapon. Okay. 3 PBCs. Oh, God, it's oppressive. And then 30 Poxwalkers. I hate playing against 3 PBCs. I think the Lord of Vigilance lets you do something like if you can... If the Lord of Vigilance can see you, the PBCs can ignore cover or some bonkers nonsense, right? I probably hate playing this less than playing this with Blood Angels, though, because Blood Angels, the PBCs are just obnoxious. At the start of the shooting phase, select one enemy within 30 inches invisible in this model until the end of the phase. Each time a Death Guard makes a ranged attack, you can reroll. Alright, so you can reroll hits because the Death Guard Lord of Vigilance can see you. They're really overcosted considering their mortal profile. I think they're obnoxious again. Like if you're playing Chaos Knights, you don't care if the enemy has 3 PBCs. You don't care at all. But if you're playing Toughness 4 Marines, then you do care, because every single turn, especially Blood Angels who have like Sangre Guard that are super fucking expensive, like Collins is literally killing Sangre Guard indirectly from turn 1, and I can't afford to, like, I have Sangre Guard are so expensive, I can't afford to be losing them to indirect fire every turn, honestly. Alright, Carl is playing Dark Angels, so another Dark Angels player. Carl wins the prize for the only Dark Angels player to bring a Primarch to the battlefield. So if we play each other, Carl, it'll be Guilliman versus the Lion. Alright, Azrael, Judasaur, and Tech Marine. We've got 6 Blade Guard, we've got 5 Deathwing Knights. We've got, Desolation Marines. Nobody runs these. Are the Desolation Marines unled? Infernus Marines, not many people run them, but it's nice to see they at least get some love. OMI Realize, thanks for subscribing. Infiltrators, Inner Circle Companions, a Dark Shroud, Scouts, and a Vindicator tank. So who's Azrael leading in this list? I'm not entirely sure who you're leading with Azrael. Up until now, it's been pretty obvious. It's either going to be Hellblasters. I thought Hellblasters was the play, but Sternguard are probably good, so probably leading the Inner Circle Companions. Cool. Also playing Wrath of the Rock, so a big winner in this. Everybody that's playing Dark Angels is playing Wrath of the Rock. Alright, another Emperor's Children's list. Couple Lords that I'm not familiar with. Tormentors, which I'm really not familiar with. Rhinos, a Land Raider, Flawless Blades. Probably just be scared of them because they sound like they would kill things in melee. And then Mauler Fiends. I think Emperor's Children get a lot of fight first as well, from my understanding. If I come up against Emperor's Children, it's going to be all learning. I don't know anything about them. Yeah, I really don't know anything about them, so I kind of hope that I get to play them, because then at least we'll put that under the belt and we'll have played one game against them, right? They wound anything per game once per game on a 3-up. Yeah, they can, when the unit selects fight, it can call them demonic patrons. If it does, until the end of the phase, each model makes a critical wound on a 3-up. At the end of the fight phase, if it called them demonic patrons and no enemies were destroyed, one model is dead. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're giving your whole unit 3-up wound rolls, and you've got weapon skill 2-up, you're probably going to kill something, especially with AP 3. Okay. So that's Emperor's Children. Where were we at? We've done that. We've done these. We've done this. So Custodes and Grey Knights. And World Eaters and Aeldari. Alright, about 6 lists left to get through. Custodes. Alar's Terminator, Dawn Eagle Jet Bikes, Trajan Valoris, Valerian, the Blade Champion. So quite a lot of characters, 2 units of Custodian Guards, a few units of Terminators, a few units of Wardens, Prosecutors, and the Praetors. It's a very infantry heavy Custodes list. I feel like maybe for some people it's a stat check, but yeah, no tanks. It's also not particularly fast. It's not like he's got a lot of jet bikes. I mean, the Terminators are a little bit fast, but I'm probably okay playing that list. I think that list would really struggle to lock me down, and with my reactive moves, I'd probably be pretty good against it. Grey Knights, Brother Captain, Librarian, and Voldus. We've got Grey Knight Terminators, Terminators, Strike Squads, Grey Knight Venerable Dreadnought. Wow, I didn't expect to see that. 2 Grey Knight Venerable Dreadnoughts, so I'm going to have to look that up. 2 Nemesis Dreadknights, and then a Calidus Assassin. What the hell is a Grey Knight Venerable Dreadnought? It's like the old Dreadnought, like from way back. And its infantry rule hits and wounds of 1. It's 155 points. Is this a good unit? Toughness 9, 2 up save, 8 wounds. I mean, it feels like the... Not these ones, sorry, these 2. It feels like the Space Marine Dreadnought, right? Like 1 shot from a las cannon, 1 heavy flamer. Yeah, Ultramarines into Custode is very favourable for me. Yeah. I'm not sure I rate these Dreadnoughts at all. I mean, I like Grey Knights in general. I like their Terminators. I like their Dread Knights. I'm just not sure I rate their Dreadnoughts. Like las cannons. Yeah, but it's a single shot, man. But they don't hit on 2s, right? Like if they hit on 2s, maybe I can understand it. But I'm sure they hit on 3s. Yeah, like 2 shots hitting on 3s, you're paying 300 points for it. Maybe it fills a niche. Maybe he's a new player. Kenny's saying he's maybe a new player. Yeah, I don't know if I rate these. Hey, every GT, someone might be looking at my list right now going, that guy's a new Ultramarines player, and they would be right, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Nitro Stag says, evening folks, loving the breakdown, catch you at the weekend, the Thousand Suns player. Alright, well, yeah, I hope I catch you to say hello, but I really don't want to play against 25 Rubric Marines. So, I played against 15 of, no, was it 20 last night? Yeah, I played against 20 last night, and it was brutal. Alright, another World Eaters list. Demon Prince, Karn, Master of Executioner. Do you know what? I think the Master of Executioner is a lot weaker now. I think they were super good before, but I do think they're a lot weaker now. 20 Berserkers, a Rhino, 3 units of Spawn, of course, Spawn are very good. 2 units of 8-bound, 2 Forge Fiends are very good. Goremongers, a Hellbrute, again, very useful. Jackals. It feels like a decent World Eaters list. I think I can deal with this as well pretty effectively. No Angron. It comes, I mean, the Forge Fiends are very good, right? They're very, very good at killing infantry. They're very, very good at killing Marines. Alright, Dan's list is Aeldari, a Wayleaper. We've got Fugan, we've got Janzar, we've got Lynxus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Alright, Void Reavers ×2, Wave Serpent, Dark Reapers, Fire Dragons, Banshees, Rangers, Swooping Hawks. More Swooping Hawks. Are Swooping Hawks still AP 0, or did they give them AP now? So I feel like that was their problem before, was like, yeah, you know, they shoot and they jump around, but it was the AP 0 I felt was kind of... what ability does... What weapons do Swooping Hawks have? Where is it? Every Swooping is hot with a Las Blaster. No, so they left them on AP 0. 20 Swooping Hawks and AP 0, but they do mortals when they move over you, is that the thing? Once per turn in your movement phase, when this unit is up in the battlefield ends, a normal move, advance or pull back, you can use this ability. If it does select one enemy with an 8 and invisible to the unit, roll a d6 for each Swooping Hawk model in the unit. For each 4-up, that enemy suffers mortal wounds. Each time you use this ability until the end of your phase, you cannot target this unit with the grenade stratagem. Okay. But you would have to set it up more than 9 inches away, so it can't do this on the turn it arrives, right? I think I'm okay with that. A Warwalker, Warp Spiders, Warp Spiders, Warp Spiders. There's another very aspect warrior sort of heavy list. Very little in terms of vehicle. Like nothing, in fact. Oh, like a single Warwalker, maybe? I usually don't get to play Aeldar where it's like a lot of infantry. It's usually like a mix, so that'll be fun if we get to play that. Necrons, Death Guard, and then there's two more lists, Nids and Space Wolves. What is this? Necrons. So we've got the Silent King in there again, we've got the Scorpit Lord, we've got a couple of Technomancers, we've got a couple of Doomsday Arcs, we've got a bunch of Wraiths with Particle Casters. I'm trying to remember what these things are. Particle Casters. I can't think what these look like. Okay, I'm not sure why they're good in Necrons. A few Destroyers, Flayed Ones, Scarabs. Did I miss a character? Maybe missed this character, Lord Circus. They're tough as hell, the Wraiths, and then they respawn. Is that what makes them good? Is it? They're tough as hell. 6, 4 wounds, invulnerable save 4 up. Okay, so they're gonna be coming back. And what does everybody have? A trans-dimensional beamer. So they don't do a ton of damage potentially. They do some. But they're just going to be durable and high OC and difficult to get rid of. Okay. Next up is another Death Guard list. We've got the Biologist Putrefier, the Lord of Contagion, the Plaguecaster, Mortarion, and the Tallyman. You know what? As much as I'm a little bit sad that I'm not playing Blood Angels, this would have been a horrific tournament to take Blood Angels into, because I've got Knights, which I can't deal with. I've got multiple, I think it was 3 World Eaters lists full of Forge Fiends, which I can't deal with. And I've got like 3 horrific Death Guard lists, which I can't deal with. So the chances of dodging, like, there's 36 lists at the, excuse me, there's 36 players at the event, including me, so 35 other players, and 9 of the lists. So basically a third of the lists I just can't fight with Blood Angels. I mean, I can fight them, but I'm not going to beat them, right? So we've got 15 Plague Marines, we've got the Rhino, we've got Blightlord Terminators. Honestly, don't see them very much. It's usually just people go hard on the Death Shroud. Only 2 of the float drones, and one of them is the melee version. A Hellbrute, this time with a Multi-Melta, a Blight Hauler, and a load of Poxwalkers. Alright, this might be... I was going to say this feels like the weakest of the Death Guard lists, but then it's got Mortarion, and Mortarion could do an awful lot by himself. I think all the Death Guard lists are good. This one might seem a little bit less meta than the other 2, but I think it's still a good list. Tyranids, we've got a couple of Brood Lords, we've got the Hive Tyrant, we've got the Raveners, we've got Gargoyles, we've got Hormagaunts, we've got Birevores, double Exocrine, double Gene Stealers, Neurolictors double, Ravengers, Tyrannofex double. Okay, it's like the rule of 2 on this list. There is something to be said about taking 2 of very many different units. There is something that, like, if you've got 2 of lots of different units, you build redundancy into your list. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Any Black Templars? There was not a Black Templars list. Surprisingly, there wasn't an Imperial Knights list either. Because, yeah, I mean, like, I feel like Knights are just miles ahead in the meta at the moment. I'm surprised no one has taken Knights. Yeah, I mean, every time I go to an event, I see Adam at the top table with his Nids, and I always look at his lists, and I never really know why they're good or how he plays. I've never played Adam, so I was going to say I'm probably not going to play him in this event either, because I'm probably going to get beaten by Tau and then have to... Well, do you know what? Adam will have a very tough first game because he's playing Garen, And Garen is a very good player as well, and he's playing Gladius Space Wolves. So he's got that Rock Fist, that's like Terminator with 3 damage. He's got Bjorn, he's got Logan Grimnar, he's got Ragnar, Combi Weapon Lieutenant, a Battle Leader, 2 Battle Leaders, I guess. 10 Blood Claws, 5 Intercessors, Head Takers. I don't think the Head Takers seem that strong, but it seems like lots of people are taking them. They're basically Blade Guard with 2 swords, from my understanding. Another unit of Head Takers. 10 Terminators, and I actually really like the Space Wolf Terminators because you get like Relic Great Axes and you get Storm Shields and they're kind of like Blade Guard style loadouts, but for Terminators. And then he's got 2 units of Thunderwolf Cavalry, which are obviously just great. Thunderwolf Cavalry always seem to be great. And then a couple of Vindicator tanks. That'll be an interesting list. Garen usually does very well. So 2 really durable units of Terminators. A bunch of Head Takers, I guess, with the Battle Leaders. So that gives you like Blade Guard style units. Vindicators for fire support. Intercessors for sticky. Not really sure what he's doing with the Blood Claws, but probably led by Ragnar. So they get like advance and charge. And they get dev wounds against their grudge target, apparently. Oh, the Head Takers get dev wounds. People play Honest Hammer up north. Yeah, this one... So I was at the GT in Inverurie in August, not in August, because this is going to be August, in like May, or I think it was the first week of June, and that felt like really skewed. This feels like, yeah, there's some strong lists. Like I think all the Death Guard, like, they're probably going to be at least one Death Guard player top 5, right? Dark Angels lists seem very strong. Nid seem pretty strong as well. I think World Eaters are very good against Marines, but I think they come unstuck against other armies, so maybe. But it's a good... If there's one thing I would like to do is I would like to get a game against the Emperor's Children, which we've called Emperor's Wains. If you're not familiar with Wains, that's a Scottish word for children. I think I'd like to get in a game against Emperor's Children. I'd probably like to play a game against Nids. I wouldn't mind fighting the Slanesh Demons. I think that would be a hard game. But it would be good to get practice, right? The Grampian GT in May had so many Knights players. Yeah, I played a guy. I think I played the guy who came 3rd or 2nd, and he had. In that GT, actually, I played 2nd and 3rd. That was my 2 losses, and both those lists were bonkers difficult to play against. The Eldar player had Fight First in his entire army, and it's like, okay, I don't know how you play against Fight First for the entire army if you're playing Blood Angels. Like, it doesn't really work. And the knights are just so oppressive, and that was before the knights got the points drop, right? So yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be here this weekend, so there's probably not going to be a video at the weekend because I'm going to be playing at the GT. I didn't miss. No, I went through all the lists. Yeah. If you are new to Warhammer 40,000 and you live anywhere near Inverness or North Keswick, then this was a great, like the first event was really good, so I'm sure this one will be really good as well. Highland Tabletop, thanks so much for subscribing. Another thing that was really cool about this, I don't know if they're going to do it for the second one, but Table 1 and 2 were playing on the stage, because it was like a big, hall, I guess, with like a stage. So the top tables were playing like up above everybody else. I think I had 1 game on the top table. I think I was on table 2 for 1 game. I didn't quite make it to table 1 in the last event. But it felt pretty cool that the top tables were up and elevated on the stage. So you get to look over all the, what do you call it, like the peasants. You know, look down on these peasants that are behind you. You know, you are on the top table. You know, enjoy the 1 game you're up there, and then you get shunted down as a peasant very, very quickly. But you can dream, right? of being up there on the top table. So yeah, guys, have a great evening. I was gonna say, I don't know how. We'll see, right? Like, I'm the only Stormlance list, so that's fun. And I'm the only Storm Raven as well, so that's fun as well. Yeah. Have a great evening, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, you better get back to finishing your painting, or you're going to lose battle points, Ray. Because last event you had a bunch of unpainted World Eaters, so don't you turn up with unpainted Knights. Best of luck. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I do have a new tactics video coming out tomorrow. It's about Death Shroud, and how balanced they are, and how you should deal with them as a Blood Angels player. So tune in from like 1 PM tomorrow for a new video. But I'll see you then. Good night. Bye bye.